Hi everyone, so excited to be here. I am Crystal Lynn, Divine Empowerment Coach, and we're going to talk about the new moon, January 11th, 2024 tonight. So exciting. We have this new, beautiful beginning of a new year in 2024, and now this marks the first new moon in 2024. This new moon is in Capricorn, so we're going to dive into some of that today. And yeah, just how are you all feeling? How's your energy with this new moon? Often the new moon is a time to kind of relax, like you might have less energy during the new moon. I'm getting tongue tied here. It's a time to kind of integrate and rest. And just really think about what you want, right? It's a time to set your intention. It's a time for new beginnings. It's definitely a time to really put your intentions and your manifestations out there so that you can make wonderful, beautiful things happen and come true, right? So I'm so excited to be here with you. I did a previous live event on the year of 2024. We talked about the astrology of the year and the flavors of the year and the energies of the year, and I did a full card reading of the year. So if you would like access to that, please comment below and ask for the 2024 reading, and I'll make sure that you get that as well, because that's super juicy and important to tap into all that energy. But there is a definite success and prosperity and abundance energy to the year of 2024, which is beautiful and perfect and magical, right? And it's what we all want, right? We all want success. We all want abundance in so many ways, in so many areas of our life, right? So this is a great time right now with this new moon. If you have not set your intentions yet, that this is perfect. It's the first new moon of the year. Right now is the perfect time, right? And even if you happen to watch this later, there's never a bad time to set intentions, right? But there is a powerful energy with each new moon to bring a little more magic to your intention setting to help you make it come true, right? So I personally believe it's always time to dream. It's always time to kind of focus on you and go after what you want. But the new moon makes it extra kind of special, magical, powerful, juicy, whatever word you want to use. So, think about like what intentions do you want to bring for yourself right now with this new moon in 2024. What goals would you like to bring in, right? It can be internal things like working on yourself, developing your own traits, abilities, skills, even psychic abilities. It's a fabulous year to develop your psychic abilities. Relationships, anything at all. Like, take a moment now and just think about, what do you really want to call in for the year of 2024, right? What is that? So we have the new moon in Capricorn, and it's a powerful, powerful opportunity to set your intentions and to lay the groundwork for success right now, right? Because Capricorn energy it's like the hard worker, right? It totally embodies like being practical, being ambitious, having discipline, and achieving your goals, right? It's all about like putting in the work, having structure, making a routine in order to make your goals happen, right? So the first thing you have to do is decide, what are your goals? What do you really want to go after? Like, if you could achieve one goal or a few goals this year, what would they be, right? What would they be? So it's an ideal time for planning, for setting those goals and committing to the discipline you need to achieve them. That's the other thing. Like, Capricorn energy is discipline. They don't have a problem showing up and doing the work, right? So that's an important component in order to make your goals and dreams come true, right? Is to show up and do it. So goal setting is like a perfect thing to do right now, right? So I just asked you, like, what do you want? What is your intention for the year? What do you really want more than anything? One or a few things. Think about that, and then from there you get to break it down into smaller pieces, right? If that's the goal you want to achieve, by the end of the year, well, what do you need to do first and second? And what are the steps that you need to show up, right? Because if you wanted to like start a business, for example, you would have to decide, what are you going to sell, or what's the product or service you're going to sell first? Who are you helping? Why are you helping them? Why is it important? Why do they want it? Right? And then from there, you got to figure out, how are you going to get it out into the world? Right? How are they going to know about it? Is it social media? Is it paid ads? Are you going to go in person? Right? So there's all these different ways in which you can achieve a goal. So you have to start thinking about all these things, right? And get clear on all these things. If you wanted to get in better health and fitness, you would have to start exercising or eating differently, right? And then you want to break it down. Sometimes doing a little bit at a time, right? And always breaking it down into smaller goals is going to help you. And then you want to have a deadline for things too. You don't want it to just go on and on forever, right? Like, one day I'll have a thriving business, right? That's not really very inducing. But if you know, well, you're signed up to do this, this, and that, you're going to do this event this day and that event, right? Then you actually have some structure to it. So you want to break it down and really think about, what is it you really want? And then how do you break it down into smaller goals? So definitely spend some time thinking about that during this new moon. With the health and fitness goal, maybe you start by walking a few minutes, or even a few minutes would be fine, because at least you would start exercising, right? If you decided to walk or do jumping jacks or whatever, like a few minutes a day, right? By the end of the week or the end of the month, you increase it to like 20 minutes every day. Then in a year, doing 20 minutes a day is going to make a big difference. And chances are that once you get started, because getting started is the hardest thing to do, but once you get started, you're going to have all this energy and momentum, and you're going to end up doing like way more than 20 minutes. So that's kind of beautiful. That by just making it like easy and finding a way to start something is really going to be the key in order to make you want to show up and stick to it and keep it going, right? So think about that, and think about how can you break your own personal goal down. And I wouldn't start too many goals at one time, especially if you haven't been focused on it for a while. Or even if you have been, it's usually easier to do like one thing at a time, right? And then once you gain some momentum and progress on that, then you could add in another, right? So I definitely want to do more than like a few, and I recommend kind of doing one at a time, if that makes sense. And why do you want it, right? Like, why do you want it? And then when you set your goals, it's like, what are the goals and structures that you can set that are things that you can show up and do, right? So if a goal is to start a business, if you had a goal to like get 6 clients, a better, like, smaller goal would be to like make sure you're on social media 3 times a week, on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Make sure you're commenting and talking to people, right? You need to pick actionable things that you can actually do in order to then call in the clients and get the leads, right? So as long as you're showing up and doing the work, and you have some kind of a structure and schedule to it, right? Then you're kind of leaving, like say you get 5 clients and not 6, and your goal was to get 6 clients. Honestly, you still made your goal. You still got clients. You still started a business. You still did the thing, right? So sometimes the end result doesn't have to exactly match, or maybe you'll get 8 clients instead of 6 too, right? So the end result doesn't have to be like exact if it's something like that. I mean, even with weight loss, if you wanted to lose like 20 pounds and you lost 18 or 25, right? You'd still kind of be happy. You still got close to your goal. And it's important to still be happy and to not discredit yourself if you only lost 18 pounds or you only got 5 clients. It's really important to still acknowledge yourself and notice that you put in all the work. So it's important to make your like weekly, daily, monthly actions things that are moving the needle forward, and things that are, getting you closer to that end result that you want, right? So it's the daily, weekly, monthly pursuit of things that Capricorns are really good at, right? They're like the goat that the mountain goat that keeps climbing up the hill, right? They're going to keep going. They're going to show up the work, whereas other people might find some of the work, some of the steps, some of the details a little monotonous, a little dull, a little boring. Capricorn's going to show up and do it, and they usually excel. Capricorns really excel in career. They're really good at their job. They know what they're doing. They know what everyone else should be doing too, usually. And maybe some of them are arrogant about it and tell you, right? And others maybe not. But the point is, they kind of know the right thing to do. So tap into this beautiful Capricorn energy that we have in the skies right now to really think about what is it that you want and how can you break it down and how can you make it easy and obtainable for you to show up in your, you know, like I said, daily, weekly, monthly kind of goals in order to make that happen, right? And let me know in the comments what is at least one of your new moon intentions. And if you know, how are you going to break it down, right? If you have any idea of what the first step is, let me know that in the comments now as well, right? All right, I'm going to do a new moon card reading for you all right now. Just trying to decide what deck I wanted to use here. All right. So let's see what energy this new moon has for us. Okay. All right, so the first card represents what is this new moon bringing me? This first card represents what is this new moon bringing me? And the card that we have says Temple Secrets, number 32. Secrecy, isolation, observation, and ritual magic. So it's a time to go inward. It's a time to really think about what do you really want? Like spending that time alone journaling, meditating, right, is going to get you clear on what it is that you want 2024 to bring you most, right? And here's what the card looks like. So yeah, not isolation in it as a bad thing, but taking that time alone to meditate, to connect with your soul, to know what you really want. Like do the journaling, do the meditation, do all the things so that you can get really clear. And honestly, that's where your magic's going to come out, right? When you know what you want, you know who you are, you know what you want to go after, right? And then you can make that plan and go after it. That's when the magic's really going to happen. The next card represents my energy during this new moon, right? So what is your energy, our collective energy during this new moon? And for this card, we got Soul Family. It's card number 28. And it's happy reunions, support, and order from chaos. So Capricorn's good at order, right? Capricorn doesn't like chaos, so bringing order to things is perfect, right? Again, making that plan, being more structured, being more detailed, doing things on some kind of regular basis, creating those new habits and those new routines, those new steps that are going to lead you to the end result that you want, to the desired intention that you want, right? But we also have Soul Family here. So who is it that you can lean on? And even like collaborations and things like that, like working together with other people, or even asking family members to help you complete your goals, right? Or getting a coach, or just connecting with family and friends too, right? So really knowing that you need that connection as well, right? The opposite of Capricorn energy is Cancer, right? So it's like a home and family. So this card is almost saying, and by the way, family could be anyone, right? It could be business partners, as long as you feel close and connected to them, like I said, with collaborations. Or it could be literal family, right? So just spending time with those you care about most and having that balance between work and home, right? Between work and family. And knowing that the more support you have, the more love you have, the more connections you have, the more you're going to be able to call in what you want, the more you're going to be able to achieve your goals, right? Instead of doing it alone, like avoid doing it alone. Instead, ask for assistance, ask for help, ask for support, get the coach, get the friend, get the accountability partner, right? Get whatever you need to make your intentions come true this year. I do have a few spots open for one-on-one coaching, so if you're interested, oh my God, my words are coming out so funny. If you're interested in that, you can send me a DM. You can email me at crystal@crystalinperez.com, and we can talk more about that. All right, the next card is, what do I need to open myself up to? What do I need to open myself up to? And we have Inner Oracle. It's card number 17. It says, you are the channel, deja vu, and a self-fulfilling prophecy. Right? So if you are the channel and you can make anything happen, you might as well focus on what you really want, dream really big, make it juicy, yummy, and exciting. And then again, you can break it down into smaller steps. You can break it down into baby steps, right? You can break it down into different levels, like first goal, second goal, right? Like if it was getting healthy or losing weight or getting fit, it could be X number of pounds, then this pound, then right, and then increase it. And celebrate like those milestones instead of having this big one, huge goal that feels unattainable. Dream really big, make the big goal, but then break it down as like milestone goals so that you feel accomplished along the way, right? Because if you're the channel and you know the answers and you know what to do and you know success and you know prosperity, right? Then not only is that going to help you get clear on what you want, also to but also to break it down and celebrate and notice every day. I felt like I froze there for a minute, so hopefully this is good. The next card represents what wants to manifest for me. And this card here, we have language of light. It's number 18. And we have rediscovery, humble wanderer, and communication. So, again, it's kind of like with the rediscovery, it's really connecting with your soul self, really knowing who you are, showing up in a different way. When that happens, there's parts of ourself that fall away when we really get in touch with our soul self and who we are. There's parts of our human self and our ego that really fall away, right? So it can really feel like a rebirth or a reawakening, right? And all those things as we're ascending, right? As we're going towards what we want. And then the communication is mentioned in here as well, right? So journaling, getting clear on who you are and what you want first is really important. And then you can put the steps in motion, right? Because once you know who you are and what you do, or what you want, right, then it's easy to be clear about that, to shout that out to the universe, to say it to another human being, and to be assertive and to go after it, right? And knowing that it's all divine, right, is another meaning of that card. Like there is a divine plan. If you can dream it, it's totally possible for you, right? So it's about you tapping into that divine energy and guidance and being that channel of light, being divine energy and showing up and just commanding it and taking it and collecting it for yourself one moment at a time, right? Doesn't that just sound beautiful, juicy, and exciting? Like we need to show up before the proof and the evidence is there. And then it shows up for us, right? We think it's backwards, but it's actually we get to show up first as if we have it. And then it comes. It's kind of beautiful thinking about. What do you guys think? The last card here is how can I best focus my intentions? And we got Universal Merkaba. A sacred purpose, you have the answer, and lucid dreaming. This is card number 34. So you have the answer, right? You are the channel. You know the way. It's all within you. Sometimes it's about tuning in and just breaking down those codes, those signs, those messages, so that you can really show up and serve in a bigger way, live out your purpose, your intentions, all the things, right? So trusting yourself trusting yourself enough to know that you know the answers, trusting spirituality, trusting the universe, trusting your angels, right? Whatever it is you focus on and believe in as a higher power, trusting that process too, right? Surrendering while also showing up and taking the action towards your goals is going to be really key for you all for this new moon. So let me know if that card reading resonated. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from each of you. And then some affirmations for this new moon in Capricorn is, I'm going to give you a few affirmations that you can say and repeat to yourself. The first one is, I am capable of creating the future I envision. I am capable of creating the future I envision. The next one is, with each step I take, I am closer to achieving my goals. With each step I take, I am closer to achieving my goals. You could write these down and recite these to yourself every day for the next month or year, or however long you want to go with it. But definitely for the next month would be great. I embrace discipline and structure as pathways to my success. I embrace discipline and structure as pathways to my success. I am resilient and equipped to overcome challenges. I am resilient and equipped to overcome challenges. I am steadily climbing the ladder to my dreams, one step at a time. I am steadily climbing the ladder to my dreams, one step at a time. So it's like, these make you feel like, oh yeah, I can get this done. I can do anything, right? So powerful and important to repeat these to yourself, to remind yourself, right? And then I have some journal questions for you that you can think about. You know, as we are entering a new year, it's important to reflect on that past year, right? And spend some time when you're journaling on these questions. Like, really write as much detail as you can. Like, fill up a page or 2 or 3 pages on each question if you can. And you'll really uncover some stuff. You'll really get clear on what your heart and soul is really aligned to if you take the time to do that and you take that initiative, right? When I work with my one-on-one clients, I always do give them some journaling to do. And then they'll send it to me, because then I can see like what's underneath there, and I'll see some limiting beliefs, things in their way, goals that they have. I see their full potential also, and also during our calls. But it's just so important. It's that like uncovering, right? It's like an unveiling of who you really are and who your soul self really is. And it's just so beautiful and juicy and magical, but you're part of that equation, right? You have to show up and do the things and like do the journaling or whatever the thing is to really uncover that and connect with that, right? So first question that you can journal on is, what were my biggest achievements last year and what did they teach me about myself? Next question, what are my primary goals for 2024? And are they aligned with my true ambitions and capabilities, right? So what were your biggest achievements from last year? And then what are your primary goals for this year? Also, what obstacles did you face last year, right? What obstacles did I face last year and how did I overcome them? What lessons can I apply to future challenges? What lessons did you learn from those obstacles that you can apply to future challenges? What skills or tools do you need to acquire or develop in order to achieve your goals for this year? What skills or tools do you need in order to achieve your goals for this year? How can you break down your main goals into smaller, manageable steps? Talked about that earlier, right? How do you break it down into smaller steps? Another question, in what areas of my life do I need to take more responsibility to achieve my goals? By the way, you should take accountability and responsibility for like all areas in your life. But think about it. Where have you not been, or where do you get to step it up, right? In what areas of life do I need to take more responsibility to achieve my goals? And this is important. How will I balance my ambition with my self-care and personal relationships, right? So how are you going to have that work-life balance? How will I balance my ambition with my self-care and my personal relationships? That's key, because if we're all work and no play, it's really hard to kind of get what we want and go after what we want, right? What does success look like for me at the end of 2024? What does success look like for me at the end of 2024? How will I feel when I achieve my goals? How will you feel? What's your goals? And what does commitment mean to me? How can I ensure I remain committed to my goals is the last question. Oh, you can always replay this back so you can write down the questions down and then take some time really journaling on them, because like I said, that's really the key to growth and success. I do have a few spots open for one-on-one clients if you're interested in that. Like I said earlier, you can email me, you can comment, coach me in the comments, or email me at crystal@crystallynperez.com. And I have a few other offerings like 2024 readings that we can do sessions on as well if you're interested in something like that. All right, I wish you all a fabulous and beautiful 2024 and an amazing new moon. I hope you get clear. I hope you get connected. I hope you tap in with your spirituality. I hope you welcome in abundance and prosperity. And I hope you get more than you could ever wish for.